Some stories don't whisper. They linger in the dark. On Panic Files, we uncover forgotten moments, chilling images, and real encounters that were never meant to resurface. One by one, the truth steps out of the shadows. Subscribe now. The next file might keep you up tonight. 14-year-old Gwen Stefani receiving an autograph from Sting in 1983. In 1983, a 14-year-old Gwen Stefani shyly approached Sting for an autograph, never imagining she'd someday become a global music icon herself. That simple moment captured her early dreams, long before No Doubt or her superstar career ever began. An emotional girl holds a bunch of grass where Ringo Starr walked. Los Angeles Airport, 1964. In 1964, at Los Angeles Airport, a tearful young girl clutched a handful of grass from the spot where Ringo Starr had walked. For her, that simple patch of ground felt like holding a precious piece of Beatlemania itself. The body of John Dillinger, famous bank robber, is exhibited to the public, Chicago, July 22, 1934. On July 22, 1934, crowds in Chicago gathered to view the body of notorious bank robber John Dillinger. His public display marked the dramatic end of America's most hunted outlaw, turning a moment of justice into a haunting spectacle of curiosity and fear. Steven Spielberg and Johann Pétursson as Sloth behind the scenes of The Goonies, 1985. Behind the scenes of The Goonies in 1985, director Steven Spielberg shared a light moment with Johann Pétursson in full sloth makeup. Beneath the intimidating exterior was a gentle giant, helping bring one of the film's most beloved characters to life. Arnold Schwarzenegger builds dreams with Franco Columbu in 1970 Los Angeles. In 1970, Los Angeles, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his close friend Franco Columbu ran a small construction business to support their bodybuilding dreams. Long before fame, the duo mixed cement, hauled lumber, and built their future one hard day of work at a time. Bank teller steals. Fortune and Live's secret new identity for decades. In 1969, a bank teller stole $215,000 and vanished, living 51 years under the name Thomas Randall. Only on his deathbed in 2021 did he reveal the truth, leaving his family stunned by the lifetime secret he had carried. Alfred Hitchcock and Alfred Hitchcock's head. Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense, poses with a lifelike replica of his own head. The eerie display captures his dark humor and fascination with the macabre, offering a glimpse into the mind behind cinema's most chilling thrills. Elizabeth II with her son, Aberdeenshire, Scotland, 1952. In 1952, a young Queen Elizabeth II shared a quiet moment with her son in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. This tender glimpse captures the early days of her reign, blending royal duty with the intimate bonds of motherhood. Metallica meets Red Hot Chili Peppers, backstage at the Fillmore. On September 16, 1989, Metallica's Jason Newsted and Kirk Hammett dropped by the Fillmore in San Francisco to visit the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Two generations of rock icons connecting backstage, sharing riffs, and soaking in the energy of the era. Icelandic circus performer and actor Johann Pétursson, 1930s. In the 1930s, Icelandic circus performer and actor Johann Pétursson wowed audiences with his extraordinary presence and feats. Known for his towering stature and commanding performance, he became a living spectacle, blending circus artistry with early cinematic allure. People in front of a TV store watching the Olympics, 1960s. In the 1960s, crowds gathered outside a TV store, eyes glued to the screen as the Olympics played. For many, this was their first glimpse of global sports live, turning a simple storefront into a shared window to the world. Freddie Mercury and Lennox in 1987. In 1987, music legends Freddie Mercury and Lennox crossed paths, two icons of their era. Their meeting captured a moment where talent, charisma, and style converged, reminding the world of the electric energy behind 1980s music royalty. London zookeeper Sam Morton feeds giant panda Chi-Chi a chocolate bar. England, 1966. In 1966, London zookeeper Sam Morton offered a chocolate bar to the giant panda Chi-Chi. This quirky moment showcased the playful side of animal care, capturing the charm and curiosity that made Chi-Chi a beloved attraction. Hashima Island, Japan's abandoned city built for coal miners. Hashima Island in Japan was once a bustling home for underwater coal miners. But when Japan shifted from coal to petroleum, the island was abandoned, leaving a haunting ghost city frozen in time, a testament to industrial rise and fall. Worst nuclear disaster of the 20th century. The worst nuclear disaster of the 20th century occurred at Chernobyl in 1986. A catastrophic reactor explosion released deadly radiation, displacing thousands, devastating the environment, and leaving a haunting legacy of human error and nuclear danger still remembered today. The onset of the Dust Bowl in the western United States in 1975. In 1975, parts of the western United States saw conditions reminiscent of the Dust Bowl's beginning. Fierce winds, failed crops, and choking dust storms echoed the environmental devastation of the 1930s, reminding the nation how fragile the land can truly be. When Marilyn Monroe met the Queen. In 1956, Marilyn Monroe met Queen Elizabeth II, a surreal clash of Hollywood glamour and royal tradition that fascinated the world with its unlikely elegance. The X-10 graphite reactor's uranium slug, 1943. This haunting photo captures workers in Tennessee casually handling a uranium slug. Bare hands, no safety gear, only blind trust. They had no idea that the invisible poison of radiation was seeping into their bodies, sealing their fate. Many would suffer slow, agonizing deaths. These weren't fearless pioneers of the atomic age. They were unwitting test subjects in humanity's most dangerous experiment. Actor Max Schreck during a break on the set of Nosferatu, 1922. In 1922, actor Max Schreck took a quiet break on the set of Nosferatu, still in his haunting vampire makeup. His eerie presence blurred the line between character and reality, adding to the enduring mystique of one of cinema's earliest horror icons. Lynette Squeaky Fromme's assassination attempt, 1975. She aimed a gun at President Gerald Ford and pulled the trigger, only for it to jam. Lynette Squeaky Fromme, loyal to the Manson cult, left behind one of the most chilling mugshots ever taken. That stare still unsettles decades later. Winston Churchill in military uniform at age 21. Great Britain, 1895. In 1895, a 21-year-old Winston Churchill stood proudly in military uniform, long before his wartime leadership. This early glimpse captures the ambition and determination of a young man destined to become one of Britain's most influential figures in history. The Priest Holding a Dying Soldier, 1962. Amid the chaos of a Venezuelan uprising, a priest clutched a bleeding man as bullets tore the air. No medics, no shelter, only faith clinging to life. This chilling image froze the instant where brutality collided with humanity. The attempted steam-powered transport, 1873. This strange invention promised to transform travel. Instead, it erupted in explosions and claimed lives. Many early tech dreams went up in flames, often before they even touched the road. The 1950s baby car seat. It seemed like progress, but it was deadly. These fragile metal seats gave infants no protection, and countless lives were lost in crashes. Safety wasn't a priority, it was merely an afterthought. Replica dog tags, Vietnam War, and here's where it hits hard. Imagine walking past a sea of metal tags, each one representing a life snatched too soon in Vietnam. Over 1 million people didn't make it back, soldiers and civilians alike. You can almost hear the echoes of the fallen as the sun glints off each tag, cold and unyielding. What would you feel standing there, staring at that brutal tally? Pyramid of World War I helmets, 1919. And just when it seemed over, the horror stacked itself. Literally. In New York, a pyramid of World War I helmets was built after the war ended, like a monument to all the dead. It looks almost artistic at first glance, until you remember each helmet held by a man who never returned home. Creepy, intimidating, and almost cinematic. Chernobyl explosion, April 26, 1986. The sky glows with a radioactive dawn over Chernobyl. Buildings smolder, Twisted metal gleams, and the land itself seems poisoned. A single photo captures the instant humanity entered one of its worst disasters. The air must have burned. Silence mixed with the horror of knowing what was to come. Ask Jeeves, the search engine back in 1996. In 1996, Ask Jeeves was the internet's breakthrough search engine, letting users type full questions for the first time. Long before Google took over, Ask Jeeves felt revolutionary, your polite digital butler guiding you through the early, chaotic days of the web. An indigenous girl carries a caiman on her head, Brazil, 1985. In 1985, Brazil, an indigenous girl calmly carried a caiman on her head, reflecting strength, confidence, and deep cultural harmony with nature. This striking moment revealed a lifestyle where wildlife and community coexist in ways far beyond modern understanding. Lebanon, child patients tied to radiators, 1982. Inside a psychiatric hospital, children are bound to radiators, immobile, their eyes wide with fear and confusion. The photo freezes a moment of utter helplessness, vulnerability rendered visible, humanity ignored. It's shocking to see childhood and mental illness treated with chains and neglect rather than care or compassion.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts. Your support helps the channel grow and brings more unbelievable stories your way.